5-touchdown effort. It's the Eagles and the Ravens. And
set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers. But only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep it running right. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Bateman there, but now it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0.
There he goes, left side. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They go play action with Hurts.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Quez Watkins.
That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career.
And the Eagles are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
One of the keys to their long win.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
Play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Here's 3rd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Swift. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins.
That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career.
And the Eagles go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. And a call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw.
It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team, and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You look at this Eagle defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test. taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First,
into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
and it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So the Eagle offense coming on here as they'll try for 2 points. They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick-6. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Take it in at the 22. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Swift going to try up the middle.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long.
Here's Swift. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
On play action, they'll throw. Touchdown, Eagles!
Devontae Smith.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club and one we talk about all the time. In football, put you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. That it's 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Tucker with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this 1st half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Hurts fumbles it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And taken at the 46. So well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the 2nd half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Eagles to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the 2nd half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
3rd and goal, Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So that, Charles, a big decision there on 4th and goal, and it works out.
And that is an example of a coach who's confident in his team. He didn't look at it as a gamble at all. He looked at it as belief. Great starting field position. Let's go ahead and deliver. And they do.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. That O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center and it has a 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They'll run with Swift.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. You think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1, and the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Jackson options out left. Dances by him. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football. Side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Let's go, man. Hey!
Jackson on first down.
Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll run on first down.
Golden. That's Keely Ringo who was there in on the stop.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
On second down,
Golden. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 48.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch there.
Meanwhile, here's a second down throw, and it's knocked away and incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
A great play there. 29 yards.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
Joseph Osai in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Gotta give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Wide open is Watkins, he's got him. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That play action. Here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. And he is caught. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he stopped immediately there.
Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second and 10. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
13. Hey, middle.
Jackson options out left. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles now down 21-20. 1:52 to play. And their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here.
He's back to throw.
Finding Watkins, and he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll look to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
On the handoff, this is Swift. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Jackson.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Drive.
Now Jackson. That is caught, Bateman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Into space at the 45.
And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Throwing, Jackson.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Jackson to throw.
And he's got it. And he's across for the touchdown. And it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale.